Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 17th of October 2017. I'm Darren Sinden, and don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Not too much going on today, a relatively quiet session yesterday as well, but the calendar picks up pace today and we may well see some larger movements. Pretty standard stuff though, I'm sure you'll agree here. Okay, a question that we should possibly be asking ourselves. We haven't looked at commodities too closely recently, but here's a chart that certainly caught my eye. The question here is gold diverging from other commodities? Gold, London spot gold, this is the line in blue. It does seem to be heading lower, just as the line in green, which is the basket of commodities, the CRB index, is heading higher. So there does appear to be some divergence between gold and more practical and industrial commodities, and that's possibly something we should be keeping an eye on over the coming days. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. Well, as I said, it's a pretty packed calendar. There's lots to get our teeth into. Let's just blow this up so you can see it in a bit more detail. We've already had minutes from the Reserve Bank of Australia's recent meeting. We'll look at those again in a bit more detail. We've got a whole host of central bankers speaking at across the day. At 8:30 GMT, however, we have some of the most important data in terms of inflation data out of the UK, and that will obviously determine the market's views on UK interest rates, the likelihood thereof. ZEW survey to come out of Germany at 9 o'clock, and then European CPI data at 10 o'clock GMT. Mark Carney, the Governor of the Bank of England, speaking at 10:15 GMT. This afternoon in the States we will have industrial capacity utilisation and industrial production, those figures at 13:15, and then FOMC member Harker speaking at 1700. So that's the calendar. Plenty to get your teeth into there. Let's take a look at breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all then, Asian equities have reached decade highs as Wall Street stocks post new records themselves, and that filters into our next headline, which is that Asian personal wealth has hit a staggering $5 trillion, says Swiss bankers Julius Baer, or say Swiss bankers Julius Baer, I should say. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of Australia minutes showed that it's the domestic economy and not international events that will drive policy change there, and the bank seems to be in no rush to raise interest rates in Australia. Okay, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. And the question I want to ask today is this, or the thing to think about is this: equities have hit new highs just as we are counting down to the ECB meeting on October the 26th, when the European Central Bank may announce a QE taper. But the question is just how reliant on QE are rising equity indices, and the chart to the right shows just how much balance sheets have expanded from the financial crisis around 2007-8, and in fact those figures are probably slightly behind the times. Balance sheets are probably up to around $15 trillion in total. Right, thank you for your time today. Please take a moment to read the risk warning and disclaimer. Trading CFDs on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks, please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.